Welcome. This channel is dedicated to Medicare secondary payer compliance, specifically coordinating your personal injury and workers' compensation cases with the Medicare secondary payer statute. In this first video, we're going to go over what a Medicare Set Aside is, whether it's necessary in all cases, and whether CMS will review your Medicare Set Aside. So a Medicare Set Aside is the most commonly used mechanism to protect Medicare's interests when settling a workers' compensation or personal injury case that involves a claimant or a plaintiff who is Medicare eligible or has a reasonable expectation of Medicare eligibility. Medicare is considered a secondary payer. Settling a case without considering Medicare's interests violates the Medicare secondary payer statute by transferring the risk of future medical treatment from a primary source of payment, such as a workers' compensation insurance plan or liability insurance plan, onto Medicare. When a claim is settled without the parties properly considering Medicare's interests, the claimant, the insurance carrier, and their attorneys may remain liable after the settlement. The claimant may also risk suspension, denial of his or her future medical benefits through Medicare. A Medicare Set-Aside provides Medicare with proof that an appropriate amount of your settlement has been allocated for future medical expenses. Having a Medicare Set-Aside minimizes the risk that Medicare will consider the entire settlement amount for future medical expenses. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, otherwise known as CMS, have set forth certain review thresholds on workers' compensation cases. Those review thresholds are not currently available on liability cases. The review thresholds include when a claimant presently is on Medicare and the settlement exceeds $25,000, or there is a reasonable expectation of Medicare eligibility within 30 months of the settlement and the settlement exceeds $250,000. In those two scenarios, Medicare will review the Medicare Set-Aside. The review process is always voluntary, and thus you should consult with a Medicare secondary payer compliance specialist to determine whether a Medicare Set-Aside is appropriate in your case.